over the last many years, when people have been communicating over text and over email, we have figured out lots of different ways to represent feelings or thoughts using other ways other than just the words. And some of those ways have been emojis. So when I do this lesson, one of the things I want you to think about is how we oftentimes use emojis to represent words or feelings for what we're saying when we're texting or speaking. Like this means like, that's great. When you have the heart, that means I love you. When you have a smiley face, it means like, great job. If you have a sad, frowny face, it means something negative. So those are all different ways that we represent our feelings or emotions or thoughts in something different other than just using words. And in math, that's what we're going to be talking about today and for the next couple of days, is how we can represent numbers through different methods other than just the number itself. So I made this chart right here, and we are going to talk about, please represent this number in 4 different ways. It's great for you to really pay attention right now because you're going to be doing the exact same thing for your homework today. So our math focus is I can rewrite and represent numbers up to 10,000. So remember, the word represent means to show. So what we're really going to look at is how we can show this number 7 in 4 different ways. Now, I got so excited when I was starting this lesson that I had to make a little list at the side, which talks about it just gave kind of help remind me during the lesson about all the different ways we can represent the number 7. So one of those ways I was thinking about was tally marks, or we could show 7 in different ways. So if you don't remember tally marks from last year, because I know that's something you have done in 2nd grade, because I used to teach 2nd grade. So tally marks, let's use tally marks to show 7 in one of these boxes. So if we want to do tally marks, they are counted in groups of 5. So they look like this. So I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now with the 5th one, I mark it across. So I know right there, if I ever see that group, I know it's a group of 5. And it's easy to remember, right? Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th one across. So I know right there I have 5, but I need to make it 7 to represent the number 7 correctly. So I'm going to add 2 more tally marks on right there. And right there, I was representing the number 7 with tally marks. So I know just by looking at that picture that this would also represent the number 7. I'm going to erase that off of there. Another way to represent the number 7, I could do it through a series of pictures, just like using emojis, okay? So I'll represent 7 maybe using 7 smiley faces. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So there's 7 smiley faces, and I know that also represents the number 7. What also is kind of helpful if you choose pictures in order to help represent a number is to kind of line them up in groups so they're really easy to count. That makes it easier for somebody else to count. Another way that you can represent a number is, I was looking at it through dominoes. You may have seen this before, pictures of dominoes. So I was looking, I'll draw what looks like a domino right here. And remember, dominoes are divided, are black flat pieces, and they're divided into 2 different parts. So maybe I'll make 2 dominoes just to make sure I can fit all my dots on there. These are not the best drawing. You'll see this year that I'm not the best artist, but I try. So I'm going to put 2 dots right here, and maybe I'll choose to put 3 dots right here. So now I know that counting these, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to put this right here for 1 right here, 6, and another dot right here shows 7. And this picture of 2 dominoes also represents the number 7. Right over here, I was thinking about another way to do it. And another way to do it would be through math problems, whether that be through a word problem that you made up, or a series of different math problems. So different things that represent 7. I was thinking about the math problem 10 minus 3, that would equal 7. The math problem 6 plus 1 would equal 7. The math problem 7 times 1 would equal 7. The math problem 7 times 2 would equal 14, then I could say minus 7. That would also equal 7 as well. So as you can see from this chart, there's lots of different ways to represent or to show 7. And your job today for your work is going to be making a chart like this with a number of your own choosing, where we can represent the number in the center. Tomorrow we're going to be looking at some more ways to represent numbers and the ways that you're really expected to know how to represent them for your grade level standards. Have a great day, third graders.